I would be remiss if I did not mention some schools of criticism for literature, since it's an introduction to lit class. A lot of the times, what we do is sort of a new criticism or a literary analysis, um, but not necessarily function around a school of criticism. These are like big, formal academic style essays. We don't really do this for Lit 100 level. If you move on with literature, you will start to focus on some of these in maybe some 200, but definitely 3, 4, 5, and 600 level literature courses. So I'm going to dedicate some videos to the schools of criticism in order to help you understand just generally how we've been analyzing literature across centuries. Okay. The first school of criticism is really moral and dramatic criticism, and these are very Greek. So we're dealing with 360 BC until present. One of the first forms of criticism was moral criticism, brought to us by Plato, who basically said we're only going to really criticize works, usually theater for the Greeks, of writing based on their moral goodness, effectiveness, right? That good stories should teach their audience something morally relevant and important. And that is the only criticism that matters. This got followed up shortly by Aristotle. Aristotle was deep into the subject, and he came up with some additional sort of structural components that he liked to look into. And so this is where you get your Aristotelian plot line. He broke down types of characters, types of conflicts, even types of endings. And so less worried about just purely the moral aspect of things, and really more interested in how writers created works of art that held an audience, that made them feel something, right, that made them think. And these are sort of the first two, and you can kind of see the odds happening here, that end up happening. And we still learn Aristotle's concepts in the beginning of this chapter, or the beginning of the book. And so they've been relevant now for a couple thousand years, and it really hasn't changed much. It's really surprising. But we also still look at things for moral, ethical questions. Does it further humanity? Does it make people better, or to think, or what have you? So both these still relevant today, and you can still use them sort of in your analyses, but we're just not going to do that formal school of theory type of paper. But I'll do more of these sprinkled throughout the semester. So hopefully you look forward to hearing me talk about them.